Gombe State has carved a niche for herself on the global landscape in science, technology, and innovation, with Governor Muhammadu Inuwa as the master strategist in designing the templates for solving the health and socio-economic problems of the good people of Gombe State.
The science and technology played a critical role in the industrialization and sustainable economic development of most nations. It doesn't only influence a country's level of development, but also determines its international competitiveness and ranking in the world economy. Similarly, natural resources have been the main drivers of economic development of all nations across the globe.
The Gombe State Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation drives the initiatives for a paradigm shift from dependency on external brains to looking inward and harnessing the potentials of local investors to finding solutions to the future of science and technology needs of the state.
The ministry is saddled with the responsibility of promoting activities related to science, technology, and innovation. And when we talk of science, we talk of the bulk of the knowledge that is being generated by people, by the academia, by the industries, by the citizenry. When you talk of technology, it is putting that scientific knowledge into action to solve your everyday problem. And when you talk of innovation, is trying to solve your immediate problems by being creative, the immediate people of the environment identifying their immediate problem and using available resources within their immediate environment to solve their immediate community and social problems.
Even with the current realities of the COVID-19 pandemic, Gombe State takes her place of pride in contributing to the struggles by scientists all over the world in finding solutions to the pandemic. Young Gombe scientists invented a ventilator which is critical in the treatment of COVID-19 patients.
The COVID-19 pandemic brought out the best in our innovators, and we got two young guys, one a university lecturer and some students in different universities. They came together and invented a ventilator, and we all know the importance of ventilators during the COVID-19 and up till now, since the pandemic is not yet over. They did it differently, but at the ministerial level, we're able to bring them together.
Me as a scientist, them as engineers, and they we put ourselves together and see, okay, how can we make something that can be able to help our own community with our own knowledge. It's not about always waiting for people from outside the country to make things and then we embrace it. And
also there was a young guy who made a drone. That drone was, you know, the importance of drone in photography, in events, in security, in agriculture, and so on and so forth.
I really appreciate what Gombe State government doing in terms of helping people like me so that to achieve their dreams. During the process of doing my drones, there are some equipment items that I don't have money to purchase them. Then I come to the Ministry of Science and Technology. Gombe State, they help me, they support me, and they give me all that I need in completing the project.
When malnutrition was observed to be one of the problems of developing economies, the statistics put Gombe State among the top states in Nigeria with disturbing record number of malnourished children. Gombe State Governor Muhammadu Inuwa, who was most disturbed by this phenomenon, is in the fore and became personally committed to formulation of the right condiments to prepare the feeds that will support less privileged children and their parents who are mostly in the rural areas. The formula, which has the direct supervision of the Honorable Commissioner, is being prepared by the Gombe State Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation at the ministry's Incubation Center.
The Gombe State Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation is a member of the State Committee on Food and Nutrition, being that research and development is domiciled in this ministry. Before the coming of this administration, there has been attempts to establish a nutrition laboratory in the state, and it has not come to fruition. So when this administration came in, His Excellency, part of his manifesto and promises is reducing malnutrition in Gombe State, as Gombe State is termed one of the most malnourished states with a high level of malnutrition. So when we came in, we looked at our mandate and we looked at what we can do in line with our mandate, our mission and our vision as a state ministry. So since it is a member of the State Committee on Food and Nutrition, we brought it to the table and we said, what can we do? So annually, they just go on sensitization and advocacy. I said, okay, when after sensitization and advocacy, what next? So His Excellency now challenged us to do more than advocacy and sensitization. And then we said, okay, what can we do to start? There's always a starting point. So we discussed a lot. We got proposals from a lot, about 3 to 4 people. And then we took the best one we felt was the right thing for us to do at that time. And then that was what gave birth to the complementary feeding we were doing. We said Gombe State is 80 to 90% agrarian. We produce a lot of foodstuff from Gombe: sorghum, millet, maize, soya beans, groundnut, bambara nut, and a lot of other cash crops and commodity crops. Now, we said, okay, if we produce these things, how can we innovate something out of it? So we said, okay, let's look inwards. So we looked at what traditionally children are given, put our scientific knowledge into it. We tested, we used a lot of formula, and we came up with the best formula. And that is, we discussed it with His Excellency, because at each step, we take him through it. So he asked us to do this, to use that. He was always part of the formulation. So we give him kudos for the formulation, and we are working to patent the formula so that it becomes the intellectual property of Gombe State government, courtesy of His Excellency Alhaji Muhammadu Inuwa. So when we started on a small scale, we started with 60,000 sachets of 100 grams. And then we distributed it to local governments. We have high index local governments with high level of nutrition, and we have some that are not having high level of malnutrition. So we started with the centers who have the community management of acute malnutrition. We started giving them, we started documenting. Initially, we started with, we said we were going to look at 100 to 200 children. Right now, we are working with over 2,000 children.
Today, the narratives have turned around, the statistics have been reversed, courtesy of Governor Muhammadu Inuwa's insistence.
When I first brought her, she had lost weight. She could not take pap or eat solid food. But now she drinks pap and eats food. I went to her house. She saw that my child was unhealthy. Then she gave me and said I should ask for more anytime it finished. She has given us for the 4th time now. He could not crawl or stand before. He was ill, but since her intervention, I have noticed a dramatic change. He didn't like it at first, but after giving him persistently, he now looks for it. She stooled frequently, but not anymore. She frequently had fever and couldn't eat food for now. But she eats to satisfaction. Now we laugh together.
This has also attracted development partners who say the recent work done by the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation in Gombe is a testament to drive by state government to create opportunities for the people.
I really want to praise the commissioner of the MSTI for the honorable commissioner. I mean, we met with her and instantly she was looking for, okay, how can we partner? How can we work together? Which is, I think, exactly the attitude that we need to address this problem. And so we were fortunate to be designated as one of the off-takers for the MSTI. And what we do is we use kind of our existing networks in the community so that we can deliver food directly to children. So that instead of families having to go and travel to the CMAM centers and get this food, which sometimes families don't know to go, or they can't afford to get there, or there's obstacles in their way, we can bring food directly to them. Now, we played an admittedly small role. A lot of this work was done in the CMAM centers, but from what we've seen in the food that we delivered, we saw a market improvement, right? The food works. It's a known formula. It does what it's supposed to do. So if you get it into the hands of a family and they feed that child for 6 to 10 weeks using that food, you can get that child out of moderate malnutrition. And I mean, that's everything, right? Because then you're reducing mortality rates, you're reducing stunting, you're improving long-term life outcomes. So based off of what we've seen on a small scale, this works.
It is no longer news that the situation of Nigeria malnourished children is quite alarming. If you look at it critically, you can see that Northeast and Northwest are the two zones with high burden of severe acute malnourished children. Gombe State, where I came from, my state, is also topping on the list. And thank God now the government are aware of that and government are doing something about that. And I want to assure you, importance of eradicating malnutrition, you will see development is going to come to the state. You are going to be producing children with very high IQ. You are going to produce children who are going to make meaningful contribution towards the development of your state. But if you did not invest in that area, I'm telling you, we will continue to produce children who are going to be a burden to us, children who cannot allow us to sleep with our 2 eyes closed, because their level of comprehension, level of understanding can be very, very low. They will end up doing nothing in future. They will be nuisance in society. But thank God now we are preventing, and I commend the state government for doing that. And I must use this opportunity also to congratulate and commend my sister, the Honorable Commissioner for Science and Technology, and she left a very wonderful. She has done a lot in that regard, and I think posterity will judge her and history will continue to remember her. During her time, we were able to come up with such innovation whereby even our neighboring states are coming to learn from Gombe State. I'm aware the Office of the Vice President, who is chairing the Nutrition Committee at the national level, have sent a letter of commendation to Gombe State government and to the Honorable Commissioner. I think it's something worthy of emulation, and I want to challenge other commissioners of science from other states in Nigeria to come and emulate how Gombe has done that and how we are going to reduce or protect our children from becoming malnourished in future.
Besides rescuing vulnerable children from the menace of malnutrition, the center provides job opportunities, especially to women in the rural areas, making them self-dependent.
Of a truth, we have benefited greatly from this training we have been given. We passed our exams excellently. We thank God for now. We have found work to do as a result of this training opportunity. The money we have been given has helped me to start handwork at home.
Sai godiya dan albarka. Sai godiya abinda Inuwa ya kirkiro a Gombe nan ai ba za su irgu ba.
We can only thank you, our benefactor. Thank you. What Inuwa has created are uncountable. These ones that you see here are a fraction of the many great things he has done. Before he brought this, he brought trees. The youths and women have benefited greatly from those. They enrolled and got money. Because of Gombe Goes Green project, a lady raised business capital and bettered her life. What a blessed governor. And so we are pleading that the Inuwa house-to-house slogan will become Inuwa in every room.
I was sitting idle at home, but coming here has given me the opportunity to learn how to fry granuts. soybeans, and sorghum. I want to thank Governor Inuwa, Hajia Asmao, the First Lady, and Dr. Aisha, the Commissioner for Science and Technology. We are grateful for the training we have received.
We thank
Governor Inuwa Yahaya for initiating this and the Commissioner for Science and Technology for selecting those to be trained. One by one, everyone will benefit from this. We have learned a trade and given money to help ourselves and others. We are grateful.
With highly enthusiastic youth population desirous of a better future for the jewel in the savannah, Gombe State government partners with the United Nations Industrial Organization to enhance the potentials of the people of the state in entrepreneurial skills. The training package includes procurement of starter packs for ensuring sustainable practice.
When we started this program, we looked at it in the form in a three-dimensional form: capacity building, training, and empowerment. So that we just don't give it out to somebody to do it. What is the impact that we are going to have on our community? Just looking at it from a corporate social responsibility and a socially responsible government who has the people in mind. So we have so far trained about 200 women and youths.
State-of-the-art equipment for security agencies and government departments also fall within the mandate of Gombe State Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation.
The Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation has also been doing well in digitalizing our ministries, departments and agencies in the provision of IT infrastructure and equipment as we make giant strides to attain e-governance status. The Ministry of Justice, Due Process Office, Teachers Service Commission, State Independent Electoral Commission, and the Airport Police Outpost have been fully digitalized.
It has really helped me to forward information to my state command. It has really helped in a great deal.
It's a very commendable effort that was made by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Gombe State, Alhaji Mohammed Inuwa Yahaya, the Dammajan Gombe, for assisting us through the Ministry of Science and Technology with these ICT equipment. Before the coming of this government, the Commission has only one computer on ground. And in fact, we have been having lots of challenges that has to do with typing and printing of materials, particularly with regards to our official work in the office. But with the coming of this government, the Commission was able to secure these ICT gadgets.
It was shocked some people to see some of us now using laptops and computers. Yes. And last 3 to 4 years, you wouldn't have seen me maybe working on laptops and computers. Virtually now in my library. Yes, though I'm an officer in my library. And this is a development that we never thought it would come to Gombe, talk less of Ministry of Justice. But last year, just as the last 2 years, when the new governor, Governor Mohammed Inuwa Yahaya, came into office, the first thing we made representation is to present to him, is to inform him that the Ministry of Justice is suffering lacks of what? Offices, and more especially our tools, which is our books. When you saw our request, he said we saw our request in respect of books, law reports. He said, but these are past, we are past this stage. He said, you used to know, now we are talking of age of computers, age of e-library. We told him that, well, we only see this issue of e-library and laptops in the south when we go out for conferences. He said, no, we want us, these states also to join the community of digital age. We were shocked when we saw the Ministry of Science and Technology brought laptops for the whole lawyers in the Ministry of Justice. And these laptops, funny enough, when it was launched, some of us were just thinking it was mere laptops. When it was launched, it was operated, we saw there is an e-library in the laptops. The same thing, e-library. We said, what is happening? Most of us looked at each other saying, but is this Lagos? Or is this Abuja or Port Harcourt? But we discovered that we are not dreaming, this is Gombe. And we said what? We said, Thank you to Inuwa, the miracle governor.
To entrench an enduring science, technology and innovation base for not only Gombe State but the Northeast region, the state now has the Technology Incubation Center where investors' efforts are galvanized toward prompt response to emerging science and technology challenges without going elsewhere at the detriment of the lives and socio-economic prosperity of Gombe State and Nigeria in general. Before the advent of the Inuwa administration, the sorry condition of youth development drew the ugly phase of their development with growing cases of youth restiveness, political thuggery, and rising crimes. The Muhammadu Inuwa administration had created a platform for the youth to engage in productive efforts.
In our quest to improve human capital, preparations for the engagement of no fewer than 2,000 youth under our homegrown Human Capital Development Initiative.
Considering that is why His Excellency Alhaji Muhammadu Inuwa Yahya Dammaje is using the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation in order to provide solution to the issue or the crisis of the youth restiveness in Gombe State. And other avenues are there, but for now, the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation is center because of the innovative part of it, with the hope that Gombe State youth will more of like have a sense of belonging in terms of comparing themselves within the 21st century that we are today, because innovation is key.
If you look at the Skill Acquisition Center, it's specifically targeting our youths, both men and women, to making sure that they have become productive and meaningful in the society.
Of a truth, without this initiative, I don't know how things would have been because of the times we are in. The government cannot give everyone a job, but this program has given us an opportunity to learn many things that will help us become self-reliant and even take care of others.
The governor will feel well and well happy with how we were trained. And I believe he will continue without being tiredness. He will tie his belt. He will go everywhere, even outside the country. I know he has influence. He's a man that is always ready for everything for his people.
We are very much happy to be among the participants of this program. We are hoping them God blesses, good blessings.
I learned a lot that make me to impress.
The government will be the major customer for that skills acquisition center. So, and then for now we have leather works, we have tie and dye, we have beads making, we have shoe making, we have bag making, we have catering, and so on and so forth. When we do all those things, we are still going to train the trainees who are going to come in using digital skills, because we are now in a digital age. And then the digital skills will now give them more market. It will now give them more customers. And you see that a lot of activities are being generated online, and you find that there will be more revenue, and the more revenue we have for the individuals, it translates to poverty eradication.
For the management staff of the ministry, they are grateful to Governor Inuwa Yahya for the renewed vigor in the ministry.
Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahya is a dream come true for Gombe State. He is very passionate in ensuring that Gombe State is fully developed. The ease of doing business that he earned first place is not just by accident. He merited them. This ministry, from all indication, with the kind of leadership we are getting from Governor Muhammad Inuwa Yahya, the sky is our limit.
This department, that is Department of Science and Technology, is now very active compared to, that is before the coming of this administration. We are now engaged in so many activities, which includes production of children complementary food, which was not before being done.
There are a lot of improvement within the past 2 years with the present administration, we have been receiving his attention, especially in the entrepreneurship development of our young people in Gombe State.
One thing I would never forget is the issue of making all MDAs to be linked with computer. With this singular act, I'm telling you, Gombe State is moving ahead. Because there's nothing hidden now. With this, even in your comfort zone home, even if you travel to Lagos, you will still be working using the laptop. That's why you make sure that all directors, all those that are data analysts and whatever, have laptop.
So I think the future of Gombe State Ministry of Science and Technology and Innovation is poised to be greater than the greatest, especially under the able leadership of my governor, Alhaji Muhammadu Inuwa.
Indeed, the future of states lies with creating an enabling atmosphere for the people through the innovation of products, which is part of the dream of the state governor, Muhammadu Inuwa, whose vision is to make the state a jewel in technological advancements in the Northeast.
Inna tuno zakin na inno hase an ji komai yayi mun da idai ba yan uwa kai aiki gwamna ga Gombawa Allah ya ma gwamnan Gombawa inno mata suna ta tafi a gida duka kowa tana ta madalla gwamna innuwa kai aiki gwamna ga Gombawa Allah ya ma gwamnan Gombawa inno tashi mu je gwamna kau da shirin maza masu gare sun zo kowa sai ya marmata kai aiki gwamna ga Gombawa Allah ya ma gwamnan Gombawa yanzu gari komai zai dawa haske tunda ana zance ganan sabon gwamna kai aiki gwamna ga Gombawa Allah ya ma gwamnan Gombawa Allah ya so Allah ya nufa Allah ya ma gwamnan Gombawa kai aiki gwamna